Act 5 of The Alchemist by Ben Jonson. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Scene 1. Before Lovewit's door. Enter Lovewit with several of the neighbours.
Has there been such resort, say you?
Daily, sir.
And nightly, too.
Aye, some as brave as lords.
Ladies and gentlewomen.
Citizens' wives.
And knights.
In coaches. Yes, and oyster women.
Beside other gallants.
Sailors' wives.
Tobacco men.
Another Pimlico.
What should my knave advance to draw this company? He hung out no banners of a strange calf with 5 legs to be seen, or a huge lobster with 6 claws.
No, sir.
We had gone in then, sir.
He has no gift of teaching in the nose that e'er I knew of. You saw no bill set up that promised cure of agues or the toothache.
No such thing, sir.
Nor heard a drum struck for baboons or puppets.
Neither, sir.
What device should he bring forth now? I love a teeming wit as I love my nourishment. Pray God he have not kept such open house, that he hath sold my hangings and my bedding. I left him nothing else. If he have ate them, a plague o' the moth, say I. Sure he has got some bawdy pictures to call all this ging, the friar and the nun, or the new motion of the knight's courser covering the parson's mare. Or it may be, he has the fleas that run at tilt upon a table, or some dog to dance. When saw you him?
Who, sir? Jeremy?
Jeremy Butler? We saw him not this month.
How?
Not these 5 weeks, sir.
These 6 weeks at the least.
You amaze me, neighbours.
Sure, if your worship knows not where he is, he slipped away.
Pray God he be not made away.
Ha! It's no time to question, then.
Knocks at the door.
About some 3 weeks since I heard a doleful cry, as I sat up amending my wife's stockings.
'Tis strange that none will answer. Didst thou hear a cry, sayest thou?
Yes, sir, like unto a man that had been strangled an hour and could not speak. I heard it too, just this day 3 weeks at 2 o'clock next morning.
These be miracles, or you make them so. A man an hour strangled, and could not speak, and both you heard him cry?
Yes, downward, sir.
Thou art a wise fellow. Give me thy hand, I pray thee. What trade art thou on?
A smith, and please your worship.
A smith? Then lend me thy help to get this door open.
That I will presently, sir, but fetch my tools.
Exit.
Sir, best to knock again before you break it.
Knocks again.
I will.
Enter Face in his butler's library.
What do you mean, sir?
Oh, here's
here's
Jeremy.
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 Good sir, come from the door.
Why, what's the matter?
Yet farther. You are too near yet.
In the name of wonder, what means the fellow?
The house, sir, has been visited.
What, with the plague? Stand thou then farther.
No, sir, I had it not.
Who had it then? I left none else but thee in the house.
Yes, sir, my fellow, the cat that kept the buttery, had it on her a week before I spied it. But I got her covied away in the night, and so I shut the house up for a month.
How?
Purposing then, sir, to have burnt rose vinegar, treacle, and tar, and had it made sweet, that you should never have known it, because I knew the news would but afflict you, sir.
Breathe less, and farther off. Why, this is stranger. The neighbours tell me all here that the doors have still been open.
How, sir?
Gallants, men and women, and of all sorts, tag-rag, been seen to flock here in threaves, these 10 weeks, as to a second hogsden in days of Pimlico and Eyebright.
Sir, their wisdoms will not say so.
Today they speak of coaches and gallants. One in a French hood went in, they tell me, and another was seen in a velvet gown at the window. Divers more pass in and out.
They did pass through the doors then, or walls. I assure their eyesights and their spectacles. For here, sir, are the keys, and here have been in this my pocket, now above 20 days, and for before I kept the fort alone there. But that 'tis yet not deep in the afternoon, I should believe my neighbours have seen double through the black pot, and made these apparitions. For on my faith to your worship, for these 3 weeks and upwards the door has not been opened.
Strange.
Good faith, I think I saw a coach.
And I too, I'd have been sworn.
Do you but think it now, and but one coach?
We cannot tell, sir. Jeremy is an honest fellow.
Did you see me at all?
No, that we are sure on.
I'll be sworn to that.
Fine rogues to have your testimonies built on.
Re-enter third neighbour with his tools.
Is Jeremy come?
Oh yes, you may leave your tools. We were deceived, he says.
Like enough.
Peace, and get hence, you changelings.
Enter Surly and Mammon. Aside.
Surely come, and Mammon made acquainted. They'll tell all. How shall I beat them off? What shall I do? Nothing's more wretched than a guilty conscience.
No, sir, he was a great physician. This, it was no bawdy house, but a mere chancel. You knew the lord and his sister.
Nay, good Surly,
The happy word, be rich,
play not the tyrant.
should be today pronounced to all your friends. And where be your andirons now, and your brass pots, that should have been gold flagons and great wedges?
Let me but breathe. What, they have shut their doors, methinks.
Ay, now 'tis holiday with them.
Rogues,
He and Surly knock.
cozeners, impostors, bawds.
What mean you, sir?
To enter if we can.
Another man's house? Here is the owner, sir. Turn you to him, and speak your business.
Are you, sir, the owner?
Yes, sir.
And are those knaves within your cheaters?
What knaves? What cheaters?
Subtle and his lungs?
The gentleman is distracted, sir. No lungs nor lights have been seen here these 3 weeks, sir, within these doors. Upon my word.
Your word, groom arrogant.
Yes, sir, I am the housekeeper. And know the keys have not been out of my hands.
This is a new face.
You do mistake the house, sir. What side was it at?
You rascal, this is one of the Confederacy. Come, let's get officers and force the door.
Pray you stay, gentlemen.
No, sir, we'll come with warrant.
Aye, and then we'll have your doors open.
Exeunt Mammon and Surly.
What means this?
I cannot tell, sir.
These are 2 of the gallants that we do think we saw.
2 of the fools. Your talk is idly as they. Good faith, sir, I think the moon has crazed them all.
Aside.
Oh, me.
Enter Castril.
The angry boy come too? He'll make a noise, and ne'er away till he shall have betrayed us all.
Knocking.
What rogues, bawds, slaves, you'll open the door anon? Punk, cockatrice, my sister! By this light I'll fetch the marshal to you. You are a whore to keep your castle.
Who would you speak with, sir?
The boardy doctor and the cousining captain and Puss, my sister.
This is something, sure.
Upon my trust, the doors were never opened, sir.
I have heard all their tricks told me twice over by the fat knight and the lean gentleman.
Here comes another.
Enter Ananias and Tribulation.
Ananias, too, and his pastor.
Beating at the door.
The doors are shut against us.
Come forth, you seed of sulphur, sons of fire. Your stench it is broke forth. Abomination is in the house.
Why, my sister's there.
The place, it is become a cage of unclean birds.
Yes, I will fetch the scavenger and the constable.
You shall do well.
We'll join to weed them out.
You will not come then, punk devise, my sister?
Call her not sister. She's a harlot, verily.
I'll raise the street.
Good gentlemen, a word.
Satan avoid, and hinder not our zeal.
Exeunt Ananias, Tribulation, and Castril.
The world's turned Bethlehem.
These are all broke loose out of St. Catherine's, where they used to keep the better sort of mad folks.
All these persons we saw go in and out here.
Yes, indeed, sir.
These were the parties.
Peace, you drunkards. Sir, I wonder at it. Please you to give me leave to touch the door. I'll try and the lock be changed.
It mazes me.
Goes to the door.
Good faith, sir, I believe there's no such thing. 'Tis all deceptio visas.
Aside.
Would I could get him away.
Within.
Master Captain! Master Doctor!
Who's that?
Our clerk within, that I forgot. I know not, sir.
Within.
For God's sake, when will her grace be at leisure?
Ha! Illusions! Some spirit of the air!
Aside.
His gag is melted, and now he sets out the throat.
Within.
I am almost stifled.
Aside.
Would you were all together.
'Tis in the house. Ha! List.
Believe it, sir, in the air.
Peace you.
Mine aunt's grace does not use me well.
You fool, peace! You'll mar all.
Speaks through the keyhole, while Lovewit advances to the door unobserved.
Or you will else, you rogue.
Oh, is it so? Then you converse with spirits. Come, sir, no more of your tricks, good Jeremy. The truth, the shortest way.
Dismiss this rabble, sir.
Aside.
What shall I do? I am catched.
Good neighbours, I thank you all. You may depart.
Exeunt neighbours.
Come, sir, you know that I am an indulgent master, and therefore conceal nothing. What's your medicine to draw so many several sorts of wild fowl?
Sir, you were wont to affect mirth and wit, but there's no place to talk out in the street. Give me but leave to make the best of my fortune, and only pardon me the abuse of your house. It's all I beg. I hope you to a widow in recompense, that you shall give me thanks for. Will make you 7 years younger, and a rich one. 'Tis but your putting on a Spanish cloak. I have her within. You need not fear the house, it was not visited.
But by me, who came sooner than you expected.
It is true, sir. Pray you forgive me.
Well, let's see your widow.
Exeunt. Scene 2. A room in the same. Enter Subtle, leading in Dapper, with his eyes bound as before.
How? You've eaten your gag?
Yes, faith, it crumbled away in my mouth.
You've spoiled all, then.
No, I hope my aunt a fairy will forgive me.
Your aunt's a gracious lady, but in truth you were to blame.
The fume did overcome me, and I did do to stay my stomach. Pray you, so satisfy her grace.
Enter Face in his uniform.
Here comes the captain.
How now? Is his mouth down?
Aye, he has spoken.
A pox. I heard him, and you too. He's undone, then. I have been fain to say the house is haunted with spirits to keep the churl back.
And hast thou done it?
Sure, for this night.
Why, then triumph and sing of face so famous, the precious king of present wits.
Did you not hear the coil about the door?
Yes, and I dwindled with it.
Show him his aunt, and let him be dispatched. I'll send her to you.
Exit Face.
Well, sir, your aunt, her grace, will give you audience presently on my suit, and the captain's word that you did not eat your gag in any contempt of her highness.
Unbinds his eyes.
Not I, in troth, sir.
Enter Dol, like the queen of Faery.
Here she is come. Down your knees and wriggle. She has a stately presence.
Dapper kneels and shuffles towards her.
Good. Yet nearer, and bid God save you.
Madam.
And your aunt?
And my most gracious aunt, God save your grace.
Nephew, we thought to have been angry with you, but that sweet face of yours hath turned the tide, and made it flow with joy, that ebbed of love. Arise, and touch our velvet gown.
The skirts and kiss 'em, so.
Let me now stroke that head. Much, nephew, shalt thou win, much shalt thou spend, much shalt thou give away, much shalt thou lend.
Aside.
Ay, much indeed. Why do you not thank her grace?
I cannot speak for joy.
See the kind wretch, your grace's kinsman right.
Give me the bird. Here is your fly in a purse about your neck, cousin. Wear it and feed it about this day seven-night on your right wrist.
Open a vein with a pin, and let it suck but once a week, till then you must not look on't.
No, and kinsman, bear yourself worthy of the blood you come on.
Her grace would have you eat no more woolsack pies, nor dagger frumity.
Nor break his fast in heaven and in hell.
She's with you everywhere, nor play with costermongers at mumchance tray-trip, God make you rich, when as your aunt has done it, but keep the gallantest company and the best games.
Yes, sir.
Gleek and primero, and what you get be true to us.
By this hand I will.
You may bring £1,000 before tomorrow night, if but 3,000 be stirring, and you will.
I swear I will, then.
Your fly will learn you all games.
Have you done there?
Your grace will command him no more duties.
No, but come and see me often. I may chance to leave him 300 or 400 chests of treasure, and some 12,000 acres of fairyland, if he game well and comely with good gamesters.
There's a kind aunt. Kiss her departing part. But you must sell your 40 mark a year now.
Aye, sir, I mean.
Or give it away, pox on't.
I'll give mine aunt. I'll go and fetch the writings.
Exit.
'Tis well. Away.
Re-enter Faith.
Where's Subtle?
Here, what news?
Drugger is at the door. Go take his suit, and bid him fetch a parson presently. Say he will marry the widow. Thou shalt spend £100 by the service.
Exit Subtle.
Now, Queen Dol, have you packed up all?
Yes,
And how do you like the lady pliant?
a good dull innocent.
Re-enter Subtle.
Here's your Hieronymo's cloak and hat.
Give me then.
And the ruff too.
Yes, I'll come to you presently.
Exit.
Now he has gone about his project, Dol, I told you of for the widow.
'Tis direct against our articles.
Well, we will fit him, wench. Hast thou gulled her of her jewels or her bracelets?
No, but I will do it.
Soon, at night, my Dolly, when we are shipped and all our goods aboard, eastward for Ratcliffe, we will turn our course to Brainford westward, if thou sayest the word, and take our leaves of this o'erweening rascal, this peremptory face.
Content, I'm weary of him.
Thou'st cause, when the slave will run a wiving, Dol, against the instrument that was drawn between us.
I'll pluck his bird as bare as I can.
Yes, tell her she must by any means address some present to the cunning man, make him amends for wronging his art with her suspicion, send a ring or chain of pearl. She will be tortured else extremely in her sleep, say, and have strange things come to her. Wilt thou?
Yes.
My fine flittermouse, my bird of the night. We'll tickle it at the pigeons when we have all, and may unlock the trunks and say, "This is mine and thine, and thine and mine."
They kiss. Re-enter Faith.
What now, a billing?
Yes, a little exalted in the good passage of our stock affairs.
Drugger has brought his parson. Take him in, Subtle, and send Nab back again to wash his face.
I will. And shave himself.
Exit.
If you can get him.
You are hot upon it, Face, whate'er it is.
A trick that Dol shall spend £10 a month by.
Re-enter Subtle.
Is he gone?
The chaplain waits you in the hall, sir.
I'll go bestow him.
Exit.
He'll now marry her instantly.
He cannot yet, he is not ready. Dear Dol, cozen her of all thou canst. To deceive him is no deceit, but justice, that would break such an inextricable tie as ours was.
Let me alone to fit him.
Re-enter Faith.
Come, my venturers, you have packed up all? Where be the trunks? Bring forth.
Here.
Let us see them. Where's the money?
Here, in this.
Mammon's £10, 8 score before, the brethren's money, this. Druggers and drappers. What paper's that?
The jewel of the waiting maids, that stole it from her lady to know certain.
If she should have precedence of her mistress?
Yes.
What box is that?
The fishwives' rings, I think, and the alewives' single money. Is't not, Dol?
Yes, and the whistle that the sailor's wife brought you to know and her husband were with Ward.
We'll wet it tomorrow, and our silver beakers and tavern cups. Where be the French petticoats, and girdles and hangers?
Here in the trunk, and the bolts of lawn.
Is Drugger's damask there, in the tobacco?
Yes.
Give me the keys.
Why you the keys?
No matter, Dol, because we shall not open them before he comes.
'Tis true. You shall not open them indeed, nor have them forth, do you see? Not forth, Dol.
No.
No, my smock rampart. The right is, my master knows all, has pardoned me, and he will keep them. Doctor, 'tis true. You look for all your figures. I sent for him indeed. Wherefore, good partners, both he and she be satisfied, for here determines the indenture tripart betwixt Subtle, Dol, and Face. All I can do is to help you o'er the wall, o'er the backside, or lend you a sheet to save your velvet gown, Dol. Here will be officers presently. Bethink you of some course suddenly to escape the dock, for thither you will come else.
Loud knocking.
Hark you, thunder!
You are a precious fiend.
Without.
Open the door!
Dol, I am sorry for thee in faith, but hearest thou? It will go hard, but I will place thee somewhere. Thou shalt have my letter to Mistress Alma.
Hang you!
Or Madame Cesarin.
Pox upon you, rogue! Would I had but time to beat thee!
Subtle, let's know where you set up next. I will send you a customer now and then for old acquaintance. What new course have you?
Rogue, I'll hang myself, that I may walk a greater devil than thou, and haunt thee in a flock bed in the buttery.
Exeunt. Scene 3. An outer room in the same. Enter Lovewit in the Spanish dress, with the parson. Loud knocking at the door.
What do you mean, my masters?
Without.
Open your door. Cheaters, bawds, conjurers.
Or we'll break it open.
What warrant have you?
Warrant enough, sir, doubt not, if you'll not open it.
Is there an officer there?
Yes, 2 or 3 for failing.
Have but patience, and I will open it straight.
Enter Face, as butler.
Sir, have you done? Is it a marriage perfect?
Yes, my brain.
Off with your ruff and cloak, then. Be yourself, sir.
Down with the door.
Slight, ding it open!
Opening the door.
Hold, gentlemen. What means this violence?
Mammon, Surly, Castrol, Ananias, Tribulation, and officers rush in.
Where is this collier?
And my captain Face,
These day owls.
that are birding in men's purses.
Madam Suppository.
Doxy, my sister!
Locusts of the foul pit.
Profane as Bel and the dragon.
Worse than the grasshoppers or the lice of Egypt.
Good gentlemen, hear me. Are you officers, and cannot stay this violence?
Keep the peace.
Gentlemen, what is the matter? Whom do you seek?
The chemical cozener.
And the Captain Pandar.
The nun, my sister!
Madam Rabbi.
Scorpions and caterpillars.
Fewer at once, I pray you.
One after another, gentlemen, I charge you, by virtue of my staff.
They are the vessels of pride, lust, and the cart.
Peace, Deacon Ananias.
The house is mine here, and the doors are open. If there be any such persons as you seek for, use your authority, search on, O God's name. I am but newly come to town, and finding this tumult about my door, to tell you true, it somewhat mazed me, till my man here, fearing my more displeasure, told me he had done somewhat an insolent part, let out my house, belike presuming on my known aversion from any heir of the town while there was sickness, to a doctor and a captain, who, what they are or where they be, he knows not.
Are they gone?
You may go in and search, sir.
Mammon, Ananias, and Tribulation go in.
Here I find the empty walls, worse than I left them, smoked, a few cracked pots and glasses, and a furnace, the ceiling filled with posies of the candle, and Madam with a dildo writ all the walls. Only one gentlewoman I met here, that is within, that said she was a widow.
Oi, that's my sister. I'll go thump her. Where is she?
Goes in.
And should have married a Spanish count, but he, when he came to it, neglected her so grossly that I, a widower, am gone through with her.
How? Have I lost her then?
Were you the Don, sir? Good faith now, she does blame you extremely, and says you swore, and told her you had taken the pains to dye your beard, and umber o'er your face, borrowed a suit and ruff, all for her love, and then did nothing. What an oversight, and want of putting forward, sir, was this. Well fare an old harquebusier yet, could prime his powder, and give fire and hit, all in a twinkling.
Re-enter Mammon.
The whole nest are fled.
What sort of birds were they?
A kind of chuffs or thievish daws, sir, that have picked my purse of 80 pounds within these 5 weeks, besides my first materials and my goods that lie in the cellar, which I am glad they have left. I may have home yet.
Think you so, sir?
Aye.
By order of law, sir, but not otherwise?
Not mine own stuff.
Sir, I can take no knowledge that they are yours, but by public means. If you can bring certificate that you were gulled of them, or any formal writ out of a court, that you did causen yourself, I will not hold them.
I'd rather lose them.
That you shall not, sir, by me in troth. Upon these terms they are yours. What? Should they have been, sir, turned into gold, all?
No, I cannot tell. It may be they should. What then?
What a great loss in hope have you sustained.
Not I. The Commonwealth has.
Ay, and he would have built the city new, and made a ditch about it of silver, should have run with cream from Hogsden that every Sunday, in Moorsfield, the Yonkers and Tits and Tomboys should have fed on, gratis.
I will go mount the turnip cart and preach the end of the world within these 2 months. Surly. What? In a dream?
Must I needs cheat myself with that same foolish vice of honesty? Come, let us go and hearken out the rogues that face will mark for mine, if e'er I meet him.
If I can hear of him, sir, I'll bring your word unto your lodgings, for in troth they were strangers to me. I thought them honest as myself, sir.
Exeunt Mammon and Surly. Re-enter Ananias and Tribulation.
'Tis well, the saints shall not lose all yet. Go and get some carts.
For what, my zealous friends?
To bear away the portion of the righteous out of this den of thieves.
What is that portion?
The goods, sometimes the orphans, that the brethren bought with their silver pence.
What? Those in the cellar, the night Sir Mammon claims?
I do defy the wicked Mammon, so do all the brethren, thou profane man. I ask thee with what conscience thou canst advance that idol against us, that have the seal. Were not the shillings numbered that made the pounds? Were not the pounds told out upon the 2nd day of the 4th week in the 8th month, upon the table dormant, the year of the last patience of the saints, 610?
Mine earnest vehement botcher and deacon also, I cannot dispute with you, but if you get you not away the sooner, I shall confute you with a cudgel.
Sir!
Be patient, Ananias.
Oh, I am strong, and will stand up well girt against an host that threaten God in exile.
I shall send you to Amsterdam, to your cellar.
I will pray there against thy house. May dogs defile thy walls, and wasps and hornets breed beneath thy roof. This seat of falsehood, and this cave of cozenage.
Exeunt Ananias and Tribulation. Enter Drugger.
Another two?
Not I, sir. I am no brother.
Beats him.
Away, you hairy Nicholas. Do you talk?
Exit Drugger.
No, this was Abel Drugger. Good sir, go.
To the parson.
And satisfy him. Tell him all is done. He stayed too long a washing of his face. The doctor, he shall hear of him at Westchester, and of the captain, tell him at Yarmouth, or some good port town else, lying for a wind.
Exit parson.
If you can get off the angry child now, sir.
Enter Castril, dragging in his sister.
Come on, you have matched most sweetly, have you not? Did I not say I would never have you topped but by a dubbed boy, to make you a lady, Tom? Slight, you are a mammet. Oh, I could touse you now. Death, mun you marry with a pox?
You lie, boy. As sound as you, and I'm aforehand with you.
Anon!
Come, will you quarrel? I will phase you, sirrah. Why do you not buckle to your tools?
Odds light, this is a fine old boy as e'er I saw.
What? Do you change your copy now? Proceed. Here stands my dove. Stoop at her, if you dare.
Slight, I must love him. I cannot choose a faith, and I should be hanged for it. Sister, I protest. I honour thee for this match.
Oh, do you so, sir?
Yes, and thou canst take tobacco and drink, old boy. I'll give her £500 more to her marriage than her own state.
Fill a pipeful, Jeremy.
Yes, but go in and take it, sir.
We will. I will be ruled by thee in anything, Jeremy.
Slight, thou art not hidebound. thou art a Jovy boy. Come, let us in, I pray thee, and take our whiffs.
Whiff in with your sister, brother boy.
Exeunt Kestrel and Dame Pliant.
That master that had received such happiness by a servant, in such a widow, and with so much wealth, were very ungrateful, if he would not be a little indulgent to that servant's wit, and help his fortune, though with some small strain of his own candour.
Advancing.
Therefore, gentlemen, and kind spectators, if I have outstripped an old man's gravity, or strict canon, think what a young wife and a good brain may do, stretch age's truth sometimes, and crack it too. Speak for thyself, knave.
So I will, sir.
Advancing to the front of the stage.
Gentlemen, my part a little fell in this last scene, yet 'twas decorum. And though I am clean got off from Subtle, Surly, Mammon, Dol, Hodenias, Dapper, Drugger, all with whom I traded, yet I put myself on you, that are my country, and this pelf which I have got, if you do quit me, rest to feast you often, and invite new guests.
Exeunt. End of Act 5. End of The Alchemist by Ben Jonson.